Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I've been watching Christmas horror movies and I just watched the Australian film Red Christmas. Had no idea what it was about, and I saw the film horror movie A Low Budget Nightmare, which was all about the making of this film, and it's totally misleading and deceptive and done in bad faith. Basically, the reason why this guy couldn't get this film made is not just because it was low budget and horror, and he acts like he's some sort of hero. The reason no one wanted to touch this film is because it's a pro-life propaganda piece that perpetuates the myth of late-term procedures. I can't use the A word, obviously. So yeah, the documentary, I don't know, maybe I just blocked, maybe I just, blacked out and missed whole sections or something, but at no point do I remember them mentioning what this film is actually about. And what the film is about is basically a woman has a late-term procedure because she's having a Down syndrome child. She's already got one. She doesn't want another one because her husband has cancer and she's not sure if she can handle both. And a priest, who's portrayed as a hero in this film, basically goes into the clinic and blows it up and kills all the people that work there. She survives, and so does the baby, but she apparently didn't know this. And you literally see a nurse kick the procedure bucket, I'd like to use the A word but I can't, into a corner, and then after the priest has killed everyone, you see this little hand reaching up out of the bucket, because they're perpetuating this myth that procedures are done on late term you-know-whats, and that they're basically killing living children that are being pulled out of the mothers alive and being killed. That's what the right-wing extremists will try and convince you is happening, because it's the most horrific thing that they could, create, the most horrific sort of image and lie to create, that try and, turn people off, I can't use the word. So yeah, it's just really offensive and disgusting, and I'm really disappointed in Dee Wallace for appearing in this film. I've cancelled her. I'm not going to watch any of her films ever again. And it's really disappointing because I met her in person and she was wonderful. And it's really confusing because people like her and Dean Cain, I met them in person, they're wonderful, but in real life, they believe these conspiracy theorists. They get sucked into these religious cults and these right-wing extremist cults, and they believe all this sort of stuff and they perpetuate it and promote it, and it's just really disappointing. But yeah, basically this kid shows up 20 years later because the priest, his father, has died, and he wants to be claimed by his mother or acknowledged by his mother, so he shows up on Christmas Day, all wrapped up and everything, and she actually brings him in because she thinks he's like a sick homeless person, and then he begins to talk about the attack on the clinic and everything. She realizes what it is. She kicks him out. And then he proceeds to hang around in the woods and around the house and try and kill everyone. He kills her daughters. She accidentally kills her Down syndrome son because she confuses him with the killer in the house when she's running around with a gun. He kills the daughter who just had a baby because she goes into labor during the when the lights go off and the attack starts and everything. And the whole time there's this contradiction of this character basically saying, do you love me? Why did you do this? Blah, blah, blah. Basically it's like they're trying to portray him as this sad elephant man sort of figure, wanting to be acknowledged, while the whole time he's going around trying to kill everyone in her family. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe I'm missing something, but then again, it kind of makes sense because people that believe this sort of right-wing propaganda and nonsense, they're not logical or rational, so of course their film wouldn't make any sense. So, and ultimately the end of the film doesn't make any sense. Basically, Dee Wallace stabs him with a giant hook that has a chain attached to it, which I think was an anchor for like a bear trap. And then she wraps around her neck and jumps off the second story floor and then pulls the hook out of him and kills him. And I'm like, why did she kill herself to do that? She could have just grabbed a hold of it and ran and jumped with it and used her weight in the same way, wrapped it around her waist or her arm or something, and could have used her weight to kill him like that without killing herself. So everyone dies except the baby that's just been born. And there's a moment where you see him kill the mother and pick up the baby, and you think, oh great, the only person who's going to live is the almost ended baby, and I nearly said the A word then, and the newly delivered baby. But and that would be some political statement. But everyone dies except for the newborn child. So it's just a nasty, evil, deceptive little film with a nasty, evil, deceptive little documentary. And that's how this sort of right-wing propaganda, lies have to they have to exist in lies and fakeness. They can't be honest and just tell you what they are, because they can only work if they can trick and manipulate you. That's what this film tries to do and what the documentary did. So yeah, disappointed in Dee Wallace. Disappointed in this guy who made this film, Craig Anderson. Because in his documentary he comes across so sympathetic as just this guy who wants to make a horror film and he's trying so hard because he's got no money. No, what it is you're making a propaganda film. That's why no one wanted to touch it. That's why no one would release it. That's why it never got a release other than like a screening in Sydney, I think. It was released, I think the 17th of November 2016, and that's basically all it got. And that's all it deserved. It needed to be the A word. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'll never watch this film again. It's beyond trash and absolutely evil.